Have you ever been in that situation where you're pouring everything you have, your time, your money, your heart, into helping a loved one, but nothing ever seems to change? Well, today we're going to tackle a really tough but super important idea. What if the help you're giving is actually making things worse? Yeah, let's get into it.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Is your own life kinda on pause? Is your energy just gone because you're always busy managing someone else's unending debt, or their illness that never goes away, or an addiction they just can't shake? If any of that sounds familiar, you're in the right place, because you might be stuck in a trap that you can't even see. Oof, that is a heavy sentence to read, isn't it? This whole idea that by rescuing someone, you could actually be part of their problem. It just feels so wrong. It goes against everything we think we know about what it means to love and support someone.
Exactly. That's the question, right? How on earth can helping be harmful? Well, to figure this out, we have to stop looking at the surface of the problem and start asking a much, much deeper question about its secret purpose within the relationship itself.
Okay, so here's the usual way we think about it. A chronic illness, massive debt, and addiction. These are just separate, terrible things that happen. Bad luck, right? But what if we look deeper? This other analysis says, hang on, maybe these problems aren't random at all. It suggests they have what's called an unconscious utility, basically a hidden job or a benefit that keeps them around. And here's the kicker. Whether it's an illness, a financial crisis, or a substance abuse issue, they can all be serving a very similar hidden function.
So what in the world is unconscious utility? Well, it's this idea that a problem, even a really painful one, is secretly doing a job for someone on a level they're not even aware of. It's solving some other unspoken issue in their life or in their relationships. Nobody's sitting there thinking, great, I love having this problem, but it serves a purpose, and that makes getting rid of it a whole lot more complicated.
And to decode this, we've got a really powerful tool we can use. It's called the utility matrix. Think of it like a framework that helps us figure out the specific, hidden job a problem is doing inside a family or a relationship. So according to this matrix, almost any long-term problem, we're talking illness, debt, addiction, you name it, is secretly being used for one of these 4 reasons. It's there either to punish someone, to spare someone from something else, to unite people, or to push them away. Let's break down exactly what that means.
First up, the function of punishment. Let's take a chronic illness, for instance. For the person who has to be the caregiver, that illness can become a full-time, soul-crushing job. It effectively acts as a punishment, a constant weight on them that forces them to put their own life on hold, day after day. It's a really heavy price to pay.
Next, a problem can be there to spare someone. It basically acts like a shield. So for example, a person might unconsciously stay sick because it spares them from having to go out and get a job where they're terrified they might fail. But it can work the other way too. It might even spare a loved one. You know the phrase, "Oh, I can't follow my dreams because I have to stay home and take care of my sick parent." See what's happening? The parent's illness actually spares the child from having to face the risk of failure out in the world.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Illness spares. The doctor's note is there for that. A chronic problem can function just like a doctor's note. It's this official, socially acceptable excuse that gets you out of things. Subconsciously, it can become a permanent doctor's note for all of life's biggest and scariest challenges.
Okay, the third function is to bring people together, to unite them. You know, there are very few things that can pull a disconnected family together faster than a big crisis, a serious illness, or a major financial disaster. It can become this central project that everybody has to work on. It forces people to talk, to cooperate. The problem, as awful as it is, literally becomes the glue holding the entire relationship together.
And number 4, finally, is to distance. Here, the problem is the perfect get-out-of-jail-free card. "Oh, I'd love to come to the party, but, my condition." Or, "Honey, we can't possibly talk about our marriage right now, not with everything I'm going through." The problem becomes a wall, a barrier that keeps everyone else at a safe, predictable distance.
All right, so you've heard the 4 functions. How do you actually know if your help is part of the problem? How can you tell if you're stuck in this helper's trap, accidentally fueling the very thing you're trying to fix? Well, there are some pretty clear warning signs to look out for.
First sign, the problem just never goes away. You throw everything you've got at it, but they never really get better. Or maybe one problem gets fixed and a new one just pops up to take its place. Second, your own life is stalling. Your dreams, your money, your well-being, it all takes a back seat to their crisis. Third, the problem has become their identity. It's the main way they interact with you and get what they need. And finally, and this one is huge, your help isn't just appreciated, it's expected. You've become a predictable, necessary gear in the machine that keeps the problem running. You're actually feeding the system.
Now look, it's so easy to hear all this and think, okay, so helping is bad. But it's not that simple. As the slide says, we really have to get past this black and white thinking of right versus wrong. This isn't about judging anyone. It's about understanding a really complex dynamic.
The point of all this isn't to make some new rule that says never help anyone. Of course not. The goal is to give you a new lens, a new way to analyze why you feel this powerful urge to help, and even more importantly, to understand the secret job that person's problem might be doing for them, for you, and for your entire relationship. Sometimes the most powerful help you can give is to step back and say, I'm not playing this game anymore.
So I'm going to leave you with that question to chew on. When you look at that chronic problem that you're trying so hard to fix for someone you love, can you spot the hidden function? What's its real job? Is it there to punish, to spare, to unite, or to distance? Because figuring that out, well, that's the first real step towards actually helping.